I'm Winona LeDuc, and I'm part of the management collective of 8th Fire Solar, which emerged from Honor the Earth and King. This is our production facility in Ponsford, Minnesota, which we put up about 3 years ago. We've been adding to it, and we make solar thermal panels here for houses, south-facing walls of houses, that it'll keep you warm in the wintertime. It can save up to 20% of your heating bill. That's a really significant thing in Minnesota winters.
The word is getting out that it's free heat from the sun.
The south-facing solar panel gets hot, and when the thermostat hits about 90 degrees, it turns on a blower fan that blows the hot air in your house.
My name is Ron Chilton. I am the project manager at 8th Fire Solar. That will be the back of your solar panel when we get to the final assembly over there. Then from there, it goes to this assembly table right here.
Native people know how to take care of community. That's really our responsibility, and I'm a matriarch in my community, and my job is to take care of my community's well-being. And one of the ways you take care of community well-being is ensuring that your people are warm. And so 8th Fire Solar gives us a chance to reaffirm heat security or warmth in our community, and then to share that with other communities and build income, employ local people, train more local people in both installing and manufacturing, so we kind of rebuild some economic systems in our community, and as well are able to offer a way to warm your house for our people.
We've been to different reservations, Leech Lake, Boys Fort, on solar installation trainings, and what we're doing out there is we're heating somebody's house, and we're also teaching the community, the tribal members out there, how to put these solar panels on. So whenever that tribe wants to buy some solar panels, they'll have the installers right there in their community. If you're going to put one solar panel on, you're looking at $5,000, and that's going to pay for itself in 5-7 years. It's going to cost you for the solar panel, it's going to cost you for the fan, the controller, thermostat, and then the installation, and that's about it. You never have to pay again. You'll have to buy a filter once in a while and change your filter, but there ain't really no maintenance on them. It takes about $8 a year to run that fan. And then over here, we have a table saw. This table saw here is for cutting our polyiso, and that is that expensive aluminum sheets up there.
The White Earth Reservation, like many other communities in the north, suffers from a lot of cold in the wintertime, and over the past 20 years, most of the wood-fired heat has been moved to fossil fuels. There's a lot of problems associated with that. As we recently saw in Texas with the grid breakdowns, you could lose power in your house if you have an electric heat, and then you're kind of in trouble. We're really interested in how you reduce stress in these times of climate change, and in that, as the winters go, between different heat temperatures and we don't know what's going on, we want to relocalize and build resilient housing. So the White Earth Reservation suffers from what's called fuel poverty. A lot of people suffer from that, where low-income people are spending a fifth to a quarter of their income on energy, a lot of it in the wintertime, heating your homes. It's said that it's like eat or heat is what goes on in some homes. And we need to really, in the times of now and the times ahead with climate chaos, we need to prepare our communities to be more resilient. And this is how we're going to do it. In part, different kinds of energy efficiency, retrofitting, and solar thermal. And the transition from fossil fuels needs to be aggressive, and it's here. And 8th Fire Solar is part of that process because, in manufacturing these, you can reduce the carbon footprint of a house significantly, and most of the products that we use are made in Minnesota or Wisconsin. The applications of solar thermal are many, and one of them is indeed in the farming community, because the fact is that we're going to need to have more local food security. We discovered that during the pandemic when we saw that food systems were collapsing because there was no local food systems, and in fact most of the food was for market and national and international movement. in the economy of the future, we want to have as much local food as we can. And in order to extend the growing seasons in northern Minnesota, particularly in some of our greenhouses, we found that solar thermal can increase the ability of a greenhouse to extend its season perhaps into the full winter.
According to Eighth Fire Solar, Anishinaabe prophecies reveal we're in the time of the seventh fire. The company says at this time it is said we have a choice between a path that is well worn and scorched and a path that is green and unworn. If we move toward the green path, the eighth fire will be lit and people will come together to make a better future.